All right. So, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we got an awesome interview. I'm super excited for this one. This is my good friend, Kim Hurd. So, a little backstory Kim and I have known each other for about six or so years. First off, welcome to the channel, Kim. Thanks for coming on today.
Thank you. Glad to be here, Joel.
You're welcome. And so when I was getting sober, Kim was actually kind of a veteran in the recovery space. So I saw her at meetings and we would, say what's up or whatever, do our thing. But I saw her recently at a grocery store and we connected and we shared that we both are into the social media space and in the recovery space. And so we're like, dude, we got to do an interview. And so it's come full circle here. Speaking of, Kim is going to be starting her own YouTube channel soon. So stay tuned for that. There'll be links and I'll be posting stuff about it. Really excited to kind of do some collaborations together. We're going to be doing some YouTube live. So definitely tune in for that and you'll get to, connect with both of us. She's got a lot of wisdom, a lot of experience, and we're going to get to hear her story today. And guys, I've only heard a little bit of it, but it's absolutely nuts. So I'm really excited to hear all the craziness Kim got into. You see this sweet lady here, but there's a dark side that we're going to find out about tonight. So, yeah, let's get.
Welcome to the dark side.
She
Thanks,
chose the
Joel.
light though. You're welcome.
Yeah. Oh Lord. Well, and yeah, again, thank you for inviting me to be here. Our meeting was, one of those things that I call God shots, right? And then here we are collaborating and, uh, you know, doing a lot of fun things. We'll be doing a lot of fun things here together, bringing recovery message to the community. So, well, first of all, I guess let me just start out by saying a little bio. I because if we're going to go to the dark side, I want to start out with the light side. I am 60 years old. I am 60 years old. Friday, 4 days ago, I just celebrated 13 years clean from drugs and alcohol. And I do identify as an addict. Basically, everybody has their own definition of how they identify, but I do. I choose to identify as an addict. It helps me to remember who I am, where I've been, where I've come from, and although that may be is in remission today, um, I get evidence every day that still an addict, and have to keep, doing the things to maintain my recovery to stay clean, right? And so I'll touch on, my story started, we all have the when's your first time you used and, or whatever. And it's not much different than most people, sixth grade drink, spent the night at a friend's house, parents were gone. First time, I mean, literally took a sip out of every bottle in the liquor cabinet, right? Got
You
sick,
animal.
drank, yeah, right. I think was I in sixth grade? I don't know, and through, got sick on cream de mint to this day, even the thought of cream de
Dude.
mint, you know. So, in progress, and I was always throughout school like, oh, I'm never going to do drugs. Um, and I know you have a platform on marijuana, weed, and I think that was the next thing I did, seventh grade. We just the story goes on. Eventually, uh, smoking weed was never my thing either. I'm like, ew, I don't like to feel down and kind of, I so I was like, I don't care for that. I did it once, seventh grade. Did it once, with friends in a car, uh, sitting in a parking lot at school, I think. But um, and high school, just back in I graduated in 1980, so it was the 70s, 74, 76 to 1980, and it was drinking at dances and things like that. But um, really didn't care for that feeling either. So I always say, yeah, drinking wasn't my thing. However, 18 years old, I worked at a jean store called Just Pants. at the mall all through high school,
That's
and did my first line of cocaine, and
whoa.
that's all she wrote. You
Okay.
know, found my drug of choice. But it really doesn't matter the substance, right? Granted, uh, we all have our drugs of choice, whatever those are. I learned the hard way throughout the years, and I'll intertwine that into my story. Um, that it's really not about the substance. It's more about just the disease of addiction, whether you believe it's a disease or not. That's a technicality. It's just straight up addiction, because if I'm not using one substance, um, I'll find other ways to get relief, right? So, graduated high school, started partying, weekends, Friday, finding the party. Definitely, was always like, where's the party, and where's the cocaine? And in the 80s, I would say in the 80s, we had a cocaine epidemic, just because everybody I knew did cocaine.
Wow.
Although I hear people say today, yeah, all my friends do it. And I'm like, yeah, no, just all the people we attract and hang out with do it, right? So my world
Right.
appeared to look like everybody does it. I'm sure that's not the case. I worked for a company throughout my 20s. I always had a really great jobs. I didn't go to college. I got really lucky because it was the time when computers, personal computers, started coming, uh, you know, onto the scene, and I happened to be at the right place at the right time. I worked for a software developer, micro to mainframe communication software developer, and I was very charismatic. Loved to meet and talk to people, and was good at sales. And so I did trade. I was the trade show coordinator. Traveled all around the country, doing trade shows in computer, um, conferences at different convention centers, and making good money. And then because I was on sales, and then commission as well. So 20-year-old back in the 80s making like 45 grand. That was
It's a lot of
good.
money
I
back
didn't need
then.
to go to
Yeah.
college, you know. And then I got transferred out to California. He's like, "Hey, I want to set up a West Coast distribution a place you can work out of your home, company car. I'll move you to Hermosa Beach." I was like, "Yay, absolutely!" So here I'm,
Sweet.
25 years old, living on the beach, on the Strand.
Is he
Um,
still hiring by chance?
and
Yeah. You know?
yeah, right. You know, I will have to say, I mean, I've always been really lucky in that way of having, so here's the thing though. I had lived a double life. It was like I always, looking back, on the outside, everything appeared to be amazing. Living on the beach, got a company car, I'm dressed up in suits, I'm doing conventions, I'm calling on distributors, selling this product, making a lot of money. But when the weekend hit, Fridays to Sunday, sometimes still up on Sunday night and Monday, I am partying, partying like crazy. Um, and that's where, like, throughout my whole life feeling like a fraud, still,
Mm.
like, my friends, of course, we were all doing it. It was, we're partying, but I would stay up often all night, all weekend.
Wow.
Maybe get some sleep, but keep going. And I would say for 10 years. And then I also, was attracted to the drug dealer boyfriends, right?
Mm.
Um,
Girls love the bad boy.
so, right, the bad boy and the guy who's got all the drugs, right? Not to say that
Right.
I didn't spend probably every cent I also had, uh, just
Wow.
partying. I mean, and how many of us can say that? Of course, all of us can say if we
Yeah.
had all the money that we had throughout the years, to
Just
to
gone. Yeah.
that we spent on our substances, we'd be
And so were you staying
bajillionaires,
up
right?
from the Coke, was that like what was keeping you going? Like just lines of
Oh
Coke all
yeah.
night? Okay. Because
Yep.
I personally
All
never done
night.
cocaine. And I know a lot of people have though. And so this is really
Don't.
like, don't try.
Yeah.
Should I get it? Get some white powder?
Well,
No. Well, we're not
we
going to go
have
there.
this. So we have a saying in the recovery community, in my support group: one is too many, and 1,000 is never enough. And
Right.
that was my
Ooh.
motto. More is better. um, So yeah, and back and forth, the crazy relationships and the chaos, the drama, but then pull it all together. Mondays, you know, hungover, sometimes still up, or maybe got a few hours of sleep. There's nothing worse than like the sun coming up and can't get to sleep.
Yeah.
Oftentimes taking other substances so you can get to sleep, and drinking also, because drinking actually help to, balance it out, right? If you had a few drinks, then you could do more. So it was just crazy.